Hey friends, welcome. Thanks for tuning in today. Each week we're trying to bring you wise, insightful content to help you navigate the pandemic. Today I have a really special treat. I'm here with a friend and colleague, Marcy Walker. She serves on staff at Gainsburg. She also is a personal trainer and has a whole lot of passion about personal wellness and health and eating and exercise. So I'm excited to get to talk to her today and to share some really practical. We're going to talk about a routine, exercise routine that you can do, as well as some healthy recipes. She's going to show us them here today during this episode. So Marcy, thanks so much for tuning in and hanging out today.
Well, thank you. It's my pleasure being here. Thanks for asking me.
Absolutely. You're a busy mom. You've got a couple of boys, so you're kind of finishing up homeschool right now, right, for the year?
Thank you, Jesus. Yeah. Yes, it's almost done. This is the last week. I'm so grateful.
How old are your boys?
So I have a 12-year-old and a 13-year-old who will be 14 in a few weeks.
Okay, awesome. Well, happy early birthday to him.
Yay.
And you also serve on staff here at Gainsburg. So just briefly, what's your role and what does that mean for you?
Yeah, so I'm the director of adult ministry, so overseeing missions as well as discipleship and the care team. And really, it's such an honor to work and serve with these amazing folks and to be able to help to disciple this congregation, this amazing congregation. So, and actually came out of really doing community outreach at the fort, which actually came out of some of the stuff that I was doing in the fitness world in the community. So yeah.
Yeah, it's been fun to watch. I think I met you as a singer you were like reluctant to sing on the worship team, but you started jumping in and singing with us years ago, and then joined the staff at Fort McKinley, like you said, as a community outreach kind of coordinator, and things have just progressed for you. So it's been awesome to watch God elevate you and give you an opportunity to impact more people. So
absolutely,
you're a strategic, important part of our team here at Gainsburg. So thanks for serving and for taking time again today. You said something a couple of weeks ago that fascinated me. We were talking about in one of our leadership meetings, we'd share like a highlight from our week and a personal highlight. And one of your personal highlights was that you had actually lost weight during the pandemic, which was like amazing because COVID-19 is starting to have a second meaning, right? And having to do with the weight that we've gained during the season. So I was like, oh, wait, wow, good for you, way to go. And then also got thinking like, man, what's your secret? I bet that, even in good times, health and physical wellness, eating right, exercise, like as Americans, that's hard for us. We live in such a land of plenty. It's easy to just be treating ourselves all the time. And so even more so in a season where things are tough, like taking care of ourselves can just be, it's much easier to cope and comfort and medicate than it is to be healthy and well. So I wanted to talk to you and learn a little bit about like what's your secret for losing weight, for being healthy, and talk to you a little bit about your passion. So is there something that you've been doing during the season that has, obviously you've been doing something, so talk a little bit about that.
Actually, what I've been doing is staying consistent.
Okay.
Staying consistent to the program that I started even before the pandemic. And actually, the first week of the pandemic when we first got home and everything was a little crazy, I will admit that I lost it.
Yeah.
And I fell off of what I was doing and then quickly was like, Marcy, you just have to stick to the program. You have to stick to the plan. And actually doing that helped things not be so crazy for me. It helped give me a sense of balance and peace and some bit of regularity, I guess. So just sticking to what I had set out prior to.
Yeah, tell us just a little bit about what was your kind of your rhythm or your regimen or routine for wellness before your 1 week of falling and getting back up.
Yes, so actually I started back actually in September. So if I want to go all the way back to the story.
Take us back.
In September, I took a week vacation by myself with God. I called it my vacation with God.
Yeah.
So we went to the lake and I was like, Father, I just want to be with you and I want to just listen to you. I want to be fed by you. I want you to take care of me. And we just had like an amazing time together, best vacation of my life, and I've been several places. But during that week, he was just showing me, a lot of things and speaking to me on a lot of different levels. But one was about health and wellness and about my person, what he wanted and needed from me. Later on, maybe I'll share with you a little bit about what happened a couple years ago that kind of messed things up for my personal journey.
Yeah.
But I was in a rut. I was in a space where I had gained quite a bit of weight, really due to an accident and not being able to work out for a while. And out of depression, I was overeating rather than eating well because I can't work out. I was overeating because I was emotionally eating like a lot of us do. And so put on quite a bit of weight.
This was a couple years
ago?
This
was actually, so in November of 2017, I was in
Okay.
an accident. Someone hit me head on. And I was not able, as a fitness trainer and fitness instructor, I was not able to teach, I was not able to train, and it rocked my world. It was super depressing for me, and again, that's the time where you should be eating well. That's the time when you should be focused on what you can do.
Yeah.
That's not where my head went. My head was just like, I was depressed because working out was my outlet, training folks was my outlet, and also, and it just messed with me mentally.
Yeah.
So anyways, trying to get back on a routine was so hard. So it wasn't as easy as it was in the past. Mm-hmm. So during this week of my vacation with God, when he was speaking to me, he had shared with me some things that he just wanted me to do. It was something that personally for me, and he wanted me to be consistent with. He was like, I don't want you to try anything crazy. I don't want you to try anything outlandish. I just want you to be consistent with 2 things. And he gave me 2 instructions, and he said, I want you to walk 4 to 6 miles a day, and I want you to eat 2 meals a day. That's it.
2 meals a day,
2 meals a day,
walk
4
to 6
walk
miles.
4 to 6 miles, most days. And so I was like, oh, that's easy. That's almost too easy, you know? So I was like, okay, cool. That week was very easy because the Holy Spirit, he was just kind of taking me through it, and I was kind of in high, in a high, just like in this experience with God. But of course, coming back home to real life, was it really that easy? When the weather get bad, was it that easy?
Yeah.
So I had to, if the weather was bad, walk on a treadmill. But I was like, whatever I do, I'm going to get this 4 to 6 miles in. It was harder to do the 2 meals at first, initially, because I was in a rhythm of eating breakfast, lunch, dinner, plus snacks.
Right.
So I started intermittent fasting, and intermittent fasting, it actually just changed my relationship with food and eating those 2 meals a day. And it made me not so food focused. Honestly, I started getting into fitness because I like to eat. So I was like, well, if I work out, I'm not going to be 3.
It like cancels each other out. I work out so that I can talk about intermittent fast, like just for our viewers, like what is intermittent fast?
So intermittent fasting is not a diet. Really, it's a window of eating. It's just a time schedule of eating. So you're having a period of time where you're fasting and a period of time where you're feeding. And so I started with like a 16-hour fast, 8-hour feed window. So it was easy for me to skip breakfast because sometimes I was busy, I wasn't real hungry. So I chose, and intermittent fasting is whatever schedule works best for you.
Okay.
I chose to start eating at noon. So I fast till noon, and then I would be done eating at 8 p.m., which isn't really that hard. And so then you're sleeping for most of that time that you're fasting anyways, or at least half of that time. And then slowly over time, I would start pushing my window back. But for me, with the eating 2 meals a day, I just eat 2 large meals, and one at noon and one closer to 8, probably not quite at 8. And it would keep me satisfied. And I realized that I wasn't thinking about food all day. The first week, sometimes while your body's adjusting, is you might be a little hungry, but over time, your body doesn't even want, it wants to eat on schedule. It doesn't want to eat prior to. And so I was able to push that window back a little bit. So now I may break my fast at 1 or 2, and I may stop eating at 7. But still sticking to the 2 meals a day. But it helps regulate your hormones, and during that fast period, it's helping to burn fat. I do my cardio, I do my walking during that fast period. So that's compounding the results, which is awesome. So in a 3-month period of doing that, and again, no crazy diet. So I didn't do keto, I didn't do, whatever it is, no lower carbs. I just ate 2 meals and walked 4 to 6 miles in a 3-month period, lost 25 pounds. Just being consistent to that.
Way to go. Yeah. Wherever you're at, just give it up for Marcy right now. So a few years ago, you have this kind of inciting incident, this accident that kind of puts you literally down for a little while, leads to some depression, gain some weight. You picked up some momentum somewhere in there to begin a process. This past September, you get away with God again, and kind of reiterate. You feel like God reiterates for you, like, hey, this is where you need to be. So you've been fasting, or some intermittent fasting, 2 meals a day. What was the other one? 4 to 6 miles.
Yeah.
And so you talk about cardio. Talk about some exercise. What's that look like?
And
for you?
so he initially, during that time, wanted me only to do 4 to 6 miles a day. And I needed that because I get crazy sometimes, and I go way out to the extreme, and then it's like you can burn out easy.
Yeah.
But once I was in a rhythm of being consistent with the 4 to 6 miles a day, which I still do, then I was like, okay, I feel good. I want to start adding back in my strength training. I want to start adding back in other things. I want to start dancing again. I want to start doing other plyometrics. And so what I do a variety of things. I do whatever feels good. Actually, right now I have a group on Facebook where we do hip hop cardio Tuesdays and Thursday evening, and it's just something fun and different. Or sometimes I meet friends up at Riverscape. We social distance and wear our masks, and I do a dice workout, which I would love to show you all as well today. And it just something to switch it up so that I'm keeping moving and keeping. It's not about, for me at this point, I don't want us to keep being up with the results. Really, it's fun now at this point. Because honestly, the goal for me was not a weight goal, even though I wanted to lose weight and I knew I needed to lose that weight. It was really, the goal was to be consistent. Period, point blank. Just be consistent with what he told me to do.
When we were kind of preparing for our talk today, you talked about a little bit of a journey that you went on. Like there's kind of the weight kind of component, then the physique, like hey, I want to look good or that kind of thing. And then it feels like you've arrived at, not that those things maybe don't matter at all to you, but even a further destination. Can you take us through just your journey of that?
Yeah, so when I first got into fitness, I was actually, after I had my first child, I was pretty overweight and uncomfortable. My knees hurt and I was tired walking up and down the stairs. And I was like, man, I'm going to have a toddler running around here soon. And I would like to be able to keep up with him. I want to be around for him. So that's when I started my journey to lose weight. And so initially it was really for my child and to be around for my child. Over time, after losing weight, I realized that I did like to eat a lot. Again, I had a pretty unhealthy relationship with food. So I was like, okay, if I want to maintain this weight, I need to start working out more, but sometimes you can get in the rhythm and then you fall off. So I actually started teaching classes, really. So because I was a foodie and I wanted to eat.
You're like, I'll just teach it and that'll keep me in shape.
And actually it worked. It worked. However, then as I was training and instructing and got into where most of the friends I'm hanging around are bodybuilders or competitors, physique competitors, bikini competitors. So then it started becoming about, I want to have this look. I want this aesthetics, And so it came more vain. And honestly, we're honest with ourselves. Most of us, that's the reason we get into it, is for that vein. We want to look good. And it's okay to want to look good. But it went from wanting to be healthy for my kids and things like that to something very, very vain. Too vain. And so when I got into the accident, my world was falling apart. I had lost sight of why I started the journey. And so, but actually when I got back on, so I started trying to, whenever I would try to get back on track, well, of course, busyness of life makes things harder. All the extra weight gain makes things harder. It just was really hard. So I had to really, really just stop and center myself. And it really wasn't until God came and was like, all right, we need some time alone. Let me talk to you. And just really him pouring into me. And him also showing me like, your body is a temple of the Holy Spirit, and he's like, I want you to be healthy for me. I want you to be fit for service. And so I really just wanted, like at this point, I want my body to be holy unto God. And I want to present my body a living sacrifice. And so I want to do things. So I'm happy to wake up at 5 o'clock, 4:30 in the morning to go work out because I'm like, this is the least I can do for you. Yeah. So.
That's awesome. Well, to our viewers today, I hope that Marcy's story, there was like some inciting incidents in there. There were some moments that were pretty low in your journey that have helped lift you and inspire you. I hope that her story inspires you today to maybe make that move that you need to in your journey to get healthy and to get well. God has kind of been kicking my butt in that area. Starting at the end of last year, I started running and am achieving some goals, which I'm excited about. But I wonder what is it for you that's going to take to make that move. Here in just a second, we're going to reset. And Marcy is going to take us through a bit of a workout that you can do at home with some modifications, regardless of where you're at on the physical fitness spectrum. And she's going to show us some cool recipes that can help us kickstart some healthy eating during quarantine. So we'll be right back.
All right, we are back. And Marcy's going to walk us through. She's going to put me through the ringer. She's going to show me some exercises. Has a fun way for you to maybe jumpstart some activity in your life. So Marcy, take it away.
Yes. So most of us have dice laying around the house. They're probably not as cool as these dice.
Not as cool as your awesome big dice.
And if you don't have dice, you can always just write 2 through 12 or whatever numbers you want to put in the cup then draw them out. So you can make it whatever you want to. But what I'm doing is I actually chose random exercises and just wrote them down. So you can choose whatever exercises you want. Think about your limitations and choose exercises according to that. But for the sake of this, I also put modifications down just in case Rusty cannot do something. There's a modified option. So what I will do, and you can always set your timer for however long you want the workout to be. So if you want the workout to be 15 minutes, set it for 15 minutes. If you want to be 30 minutes, set it for 30 minutes, okay? So each workout will be different because you're taking a chance. So I'm gonna roll the dice. I'll demonstrate what the exercise is, and then you'll do it. For the sake of time, we won't do the full amount, but we'll demonstrate a little bit.
Sounds good.
All right, so let's see what we got.
Something easy.
Something easy, 11. Hopscotch, that's fun. Just like in elementary school, you're out and in. If you can't do that, Rusty, you can simply do a jumping jack.
Okay.
Okay?
All right.
So let's try the hopscotch.
Where do my hands go for hopscotch?
I just keep them.
Keep them
just
like this?
Natural,
Okay.
yeah. Wherever you want
kind of
to.
go like this. Is that
There
right?
you go. That's it. That's it.
Is that right?
Yep.
I think it went better during our practice. And so clearly I need a modification. So
So
what?
modification would be a jump
Just a
jack.
jumping
Let's
jack.
say-
Straight up jumping
There you
jack.
go.
There we go.
So hopscotch is too
I can do
hard.
those.
You
I can
just
do
did
those.
it. That's awesome.
I got jumping jacks down.
Cool. So we'll
All right.
pretend he did 20, and then we'll roll the dice again and
Okay.
see what's up next.
30-second rest. I'm just kidding.
Already? 8. What do we got? 20 jump ropes. Just jump rope in place.
So just pretend like I'm going to jump rope.
Pretend like you got a jump rope and jump rope in place for 20. If you need a modification, you're marching in place
Okay.
for 20. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Awesome.
All right, let's see what's up next. All right, 5. What's 5? 20 mountain climbers. Okay, so mountain climbers on your mat.
Okay.
Plank position, bring your knee in, running it. If you need a modification, you can stand, either jumping or just climbing, okay?
Okay.
You got it?
Yep, I
20,
think so.
ready, let's
Like
go.
this?
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, yes! 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19. That's awesome, Rusty!
Check it.
Woo, woo, woo. One more.
Check it. All right, one more. One more.
Please don't give us rest.
30-second rest.
And 5. Oh, you're at the mountain climbers again.
Mountain
Let's
climbers.
go.
All right, you ready? Here we go. All right, count them up.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, and 20.
Woo!
Good job, Rusty.
Awesome. And so
high
we said
five in
high
the air.
five.
Boop.
A socially distant high five. And so we would set a timer, like you said,
You
for
would set a timer for
10, 15, 20,
however
whatever.
long you want. And you could do this maybe in your office or at home, and every hour do it for 10 minutes. Or you could just, if you have 30 minutes, you can do it for 30 minutes. Anytime you want, you make this workout your own. This is something, again, you're looking for your limitations, choosing exercises accordingly.
Awesome. And so if you want, you can take a screenshot of the exercises that Marcy has put up there. If not, I'm sure you can find some other exercise that you can put on your list and activate some wellness and some physical activity in your life this week. We're going to take one more break and be right back with a couple of awesome recipes.
We're back. I survived Marcy's workout. Barely. I was breathing pretty heavy, and everyone here on set was laughing at me. But we are back. And Marcy, I wanted to pick up kind of the conversation where we left off a little bit about food and eating. You wanted to share just a little bit more about how you decide what you're going to eat. So talk a little bit about that.
Yeah, so what I shared earlier is that consistency was my key. There really wasn't a diet that I felt led to. Really, is what feels good intuitively for my body. So if something doesn't feel right for me, if something hurts me, then I don't want to eat it. And so if something feels good, something gives me energy, I want to eat it. And so I really have just been learning to listen to my body.
Yeah.
And so what I eat now, and again, that was a process too. And I feel like through everything that God has taken me through, it really has helped me to listen to my body more and what my body wants to need. And everybody's body is different. What works for one person may or may not work for another person. And so for me, I realized that like carbs don't bother me. It may bother some people. It does not bother me. It gives me energy. It makes me feel good. One thing that did bother me that I've noticed over the years was meat. Meat made me feel sluggish, and it actually hurt me sometimes to eat. So I like meat. It tastes delicious. But over the years, just from experiencing that, since I made this journey the past few months, I decided that I wanted to give up meat. And that's a personal journey between me and God, and it's in me and my body. And so, however, my kids love meat and they want to eat meat, so I cook meat for them, and that's okay. So for the sake of the fact that most people here probably eat meat, I am going to show one of these dishes with meat because this is what my kids would eat. And then also, again, some people are keto. If that is your choice, that's your preference, I can give you some modifications to make this stuff keto as well if that's what you want to do. So
you brought 2 simple recipes today. You said, I mean, you can throw this stuff together in like 5 minutes or less. You were like, Rusty,
yes.
Most of my food prep is quick, it's on the go these days, and so you didn't want to, demonstrate anything that you wouldn't yourself, put together. So walk us through what's before us here.
Yeah, so I am super busy and I don't have time to sit down and have this extravagant meal. The weekends I may do that, that's fine. But Monday through Friday is not realistic. If my meal is not done in 5 minutes or less, I'm going to have a protein shake and some fruit.
Yeah, you're moving on.
So most breakfasts I'm pretty basic, honestly. I love blackberries. It's my favorite food. I eat it every single morning. And so my kids, we fight over blackberries.
Nice.
So in the morning, I usually do some kind of egg dish with blackberries. And I wanted to demonstrate, and this is really something that I'll make most mornings, and you can make it in less than 5 minutes. And it's just a scrambled egg with, and I actually, before I put the egg in, I saute some bell peppers, and you want to tilt up the onions, and then I'll go ahead and I'll put in an egg and put in some spinach.
Okay.
And a little bit of cheese. And again, if dairy bothers you, then you might want to hold the cheese. But if it doesn't bother you, it's delicious. so I don't have any issues with cheese, so I do that. And it takes no time. I put a pita or naan, whatever bread I want, into a toaster and stuff it, put it with some blueberries, and I'm good.
Awesome.
I'm good, and that keeps me pretty well. So just something that simple. It doesn't take much.
Yeah.
And then for a lunch or a dinner, this is actually one of my favorite, not just mine, my kids' favorite salad. And when I ate meat, and even now I do it for my kids, sometimes if I want to do it for dinner, I'll have it with salmon. But today I'm going to do it with tuna.
Okay.
And also for lunch, if I want something quick and I don't want to wait 15 minutes. I mean, salmon takes 15 minutes. It doesn't take any time to cook. But some days I don't have 15 minutes.
Yeah, right. You're moving. That's
so
all right.
we got tuna. So I just really I like this 50-50 spring mix, so I'll do like half spinach and half spring mix and put it on a plate. And then for those who like me and my kids, and probably some of you, if I have salmon, I'll put salmon. If not, I'll do tuna. And this is literally a pack of like the 70-calorie tuna, like in water.
Yeah, not fancy,
again,
but
I don't have time for for the most. And then sprinkle a little feta cheese on there because I love feta cheese.
Everything is better with feta. Better with feta.
I agree, yeah. And so we have avocados. So y'all, avocados is like my favorite food. I eat avocados almost every single day. And actually with this egg dish, a lot of times I'll add avocados to it. So we'll just add some avocados on top.
It looks really good.
Yummy, it's so good. It's so good. That's not as neat and pretty as I want y'all to see it, but it's
That's all right. It eats, right?
It eats. And then some green olives or black olives or whatever olives you want. And then I like something, and again, this doesn't bother me. However, this is craisin. Craisins sometimes can have a lot of sugar. I actually opt for the 50% less sugar craisins or no added sugar craisins. And it makes it really pretty, and it gives it just a little bit salty and sweet. My favorite salad dressing, Bolthouse Farm. This is the cilantro avocado. It's a yogurt dressing. So it's made out of yogurt, and it's only like 40 calories. I know a lot of times, if you're not really scared about fat, then it's not a big deal, but this has a lot lower fat than some other salad dressings. Again, I don't care. That's not my concern, but some people it is. And I'll just put this on top, and it's 2 tablespoons. It's 40 calories, which is, compared to any other salad dressing, hardly anything.
You know what I love about these is that they're simple. I've tried to do like no sugar diets, like very intense kind of eating regimens, which for me have just proven unsuccessful because they're unsustainable. And so one of the things I love about what you've put together is this is all stuff that like it tastes good. It's pretty easy to get. It's not like over the top intense. Cut this one thing totally out of your diet. Feels like food that normal people eat.
Yes.
But you've put together in healthy ways. Thank you so much
it's my pleasure.
for sharing some of the stuff that's working for you. I love it that food has become kind of a spiritual thing for Marcy. And I just want to encourage each of our viewers today to take some time during this stay-at-home quarantine, however long it lasts. I know some things are beginning to open up, but this might be your opportunity to kickstart some wellness in your life, and I hope that you will do that. You can leave us a comment or something in the comments today to let Marcy know that you really appreciated her sharing with you what she did. I hope that you'll tune in next week, and right now, I'm going to eat. Thanks, Marcy.
My pleasure. Thank you.